Welcome back, combat fans. I'm sorry I haven't really been uploading a lot. I caught the flu, so it's been kind of hard dealing with that, and I didn't want to be sitting here coughing on the microphone throughout the video, so I kind of just wanted to get better before I was able to do it. Like, I still got a minor cough, but it's not so bad. Like, I can record the videos without coughing too much. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know why it's been kind of slow on the channel, but we're gonna do a new episode of The Face Yourself, and in this video, we're gonna be going over the Queen of Deception and double crossing Tanya. Now, Tanya hasn't appeared in as many games as most of the characters in Mortal Kombat, but nevertheless, we'll talk about all her appearances over the years, following the why she betrayed the Edenians and sided with characters like Shao Kahn and Shinnok, which also ultimately led to her rivalry with Jade. Then finally, how has she changed in a new era, and boy, has she changed. But without further ado, let's open the MK Vault and take a look on some of Tanya's appearances from the past. Tanya has only appeared in about 5, maybe 4 games. If you don't count the Mortal Kombat Armageddon names, 4 games. Since every character from that time period pretty much made the game. Coming in the middle of the franchise, pretty much Tanya makes a debut in Mortal Kombat 4. Honestly, in my opinion, she looks a little mixed in this game, black and Spanish. Because of her hair, it's kind of straight and tied in a bun. She wears like a yellow choker with a black design, like for the trimming part. She wears these long sleeves that kind of look like tattoo covers that you would get if you ever worked at McDonald's. She wears a one-piece leotard with a black sash that honestly reminds me of one of the older female wrestlers. I like the black design. It kind of reminds me of Shinnok, and the black design I'm talking about is like the one that's in the middle of her chest. But anyways, she wears like these die-high stockings that connect into her own shoes, and it follows the design with the rest of the outfit, just being yellow and black, and with black trimming and the black designs. Honestly, she was probably one of my favorite characters. That spin kick was hella fun to annoy my little brothers with, like just throwing that like 5 times a match and just them being pissed off about it. It was just kind of funny. It's like pretty much just spamming Liu Kang's flying kick. But yeah, anyways, Tanya came back in Mortal Kombat Deception. So Tanya's new look has changed quite a bit. Starting off, she wears her hair down now instead of like tied up like in her previous version. Her eyes are now milky white with a black strip across her eyes. This is the first time we see this look, and honestly a lot of fans fell in love with it, myself included. She has a yellow choker again with black trimming, but this time it's not just like all the way through. It connects directly into like a black ring. It was pretty cool. She also has like a one-piece leotard again, but it looks a little different. She has like lacing that connects the top together, and she also has like a one-arm sleeve with a black leather that wraps around it. Meanwhile, on her other arm, she has like a small yellow with black trimming bicep band with fingerless gloves. Also, the yellow claws that goes like right below her waist. This is like a new thing for her, and it actually looked pretty cool. And they also like changed the long boots for like rain boots. They kind of look like, I don't know if you ever had like the yellow rain boots. That's what they kind of look like to me. But anyways, they gave it, it's like yellow and black just like everything else. But moving on to her alternate costume, I'm gonna be honest, this is her Mortal Kombat 4 skin outside of minor changes. She keeps the sleeves and fingerless gloves and glowing wide eyes from her primary costume. I think the only real major change is that her boots from her knee to her ankles, it looks like she's wearing some kind of shin guard that overlaps the yellow boots. Other than that, I feel like the skin is pretty much the same one from Mortal Kombat 4. So she is a part of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, but she just uses the same skins from the Mortal Kombat Deception game, the alternate and bio, and the and the alternate and the primary. Sorry. But she does make she doesn't show up in Mortal Kombat 9, but she makes a return in Mortal Kombat X. She comes back with a new hairstyle, kind of like Hinata from Naruto. She still has like the glowing white eyes and the black shadow that goes across her eyes. She wears a new necklace, and for the first time, she has a 2-piece. Honestly, the top is like yellow and black trimming and black designs around the top of the shirt, while underneath the shirt she wears like a black undershirt, and she's back to her long yellow and black sleeves, but has gold bicep bands and wristbands throughout her arms. She finally wears pants, and they brought back the yellow and black cloth that goes over the pants. I say pants, but honestly, it's more like black and yellow leggings that go into her knee-high boots that are mainly black with yellow trimming and gold rings all throughout the boots. Now, they went a little crazy with Tanya's new Mortal Kombat 1 look. They really wanted to show that she was black in this iteration, which is fine, but I feel like taking away the glowing eyes and the black and the black makeup that goes across her face, it probably wasn't the best choice. And probably a good reason, like that, and then the hairstyle they chose, it's probably a good reason why people didn't like it, if I'm being honest. Like, there's a bunch of other different type of hairstyles they could have chosen that would have looked tons of better. I'm gonna have a few of the images up now that I found that I think could work, that would have worked a lot better than the one. It's just like it's like the braids, they look like rings. Like, it just looked very odd. It was a very odd choice that they chose for this iteration of Tanya. But I feel like there are other ways you could have signified, like, you know, you wanted her to like appreciate her black culture and like had different type of hairstyles that would have worked better and still kind of kept the same look that fans were accustomed to. You know what I mean? But anyways, she has like these silver like pieces on her hair. Like, they're like silver like they look like little beads that go through her hair, and then she has like this like metal, like, I don't know if it's metal or like a silver plating that goes into her hairpiece. I think it's like under the same design as the Ungari, but I could be wrong. But anyways, she changed from the yellow choker to the yellow choker to a silver one. Everyone loves the tattoos as well, so she has like these yellow strips that go across her arms, and she has like a bicep guards and wrist guards, both which are silver. My biggest complaint is the fact that they took away the milky white eyes with the black shadow that goes across her eyes. They made her look normal. Her normal. I'm hoping they give her an MKS look or MK Deception look. Considering they brought back the Scorpion's Deadly Alliance skin, I feel like this is a good, strong possibility. So, okay, so she also wears like a yellow and black and silver throughout her tank top, and she has like a leather belt that wraps around her stomach with a belt buckle. And honestly, I'm a little confused on why she's wearing a belt there. I'm not gonna lie, like, the belt also connects with the cloth around her waist, but I feel like it didn't need to be all the way up there. It was just a weird design choice. She has a silver design on the cloth, and she also has like a bunch of ropes that come from underneath the cloth. And she also, like, that's not even the only belt she has. Like, she has other like black belts that go underneath it. Like, they really were into belts with this design, I'm not gonna lie. But they also have like from the belts, they have like a small sash, which is like probably the smallest one we've seen, I think. But either way, it has a cool design on it. And she has jetpack pants with black and gold armor plating around her thighs with black leather knee guards. She has silver plated boots with open toe high heels. Honestly, this outfit's pretty good. I would just make a tweak here and there to really make it pop out. Like I said, the skin, there's nothing wrong with the way that they were trying to show Tanya to be black. I just feel like they went about it the wrong way. Like, if they would have kept the eyes and the black shadow, and then just like look into other like hairstyles that really insinuate like black culture, they could have like made it so that people were okay, they're trying new things, but it looks similar enough to where it's not that big of a deal. Because I feel like the braids that they chose, like, there's other different braids hairstyles that they could have chose that would look 10 times better, but I just feel like they just looked weird and this didn't fit her face. I think that's what it is to me. Like, this doesn't fit what I think Tanya looks like, because you have Tanya coming from a hair bun, or Tanya has long hair at certain points, or even she has a bob haircut. Like, those kind of hairstyles, it's like, okay, those are the past styles. You could have like kept something similar to her. Like, I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. Like, I like Tanya overall. Like, either way, both looks are okay, but I just kind of wish that they chose a different type of braid to really like made Tanya look a lot better, because Tanya's always had like, Tanya's a fan favorite character. Like, you can't mess that up. You have to like get that shit down. But anyways, I'm ranting. Sorry about that. I just wanted to give my opinion on the costume, on her hairstyle and the way that she looks in Mortal Kombat a one. Other than like I love her face. Like everything about the character is fine. Besides that, it's just the hairstyle and then the freaking the eyes and the makeup and the black makeup not being there. It's just weird. It just makes her look off as Tanya. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard to like think that that's Tanya. Okay, guys. So in this chapter, I just want to go over a theory I have on why I think Tanya betrayed Edenia and just why like she never felt a real affinity for her people. So just to start with, if we look at the dates and just the times, like Kitana was a kid when her father was killed by Shao Kahn and her people was enslaved and being merged with Outworld. So going by that, she's about 10,000. You have to be around 10,000 to remember Edenia and live in Edenia too. So if we go by that, Tanya's, I think her MK Deception bio, it said that Tanya was only a couple thousand years old. Like if she was as old as Kitana, they would have said that she's over 10,000 years old. But they don't do that. But they say she's a couple thousand years old. So if we're taking into account that Edenia fell 10,000 years ago, obviously Tanya wouldn't have been around during the period that it fell, which means that she wouldn't feel an attachment to a place she never knew. Like she's only heard about Edenia from like her parents. That was my guess, and like Kitana and the other people. So to me, she's an Outworlder. She's not an Edenian. Like, even though her people, her mom, dad may be from Edenia, she's not. She grew up in Outworld. So, going by that fact, this could be one of the reasons why she doesn't, I feel like she doesn't care about saving face and just doing whatever everyone else is doing, and she's just out for herself. Like, she grew up as a noble's, I think it's a noble's daughter, and basically, you know, she's probably used to having what she wants, and this could also play a part in her personality and why she's a survivor. Like, she just constantly does whatever it takes to live. Like, obviously, if she went against Shao Kahn's rule, she was gonna get dealt with, so she was smart about it. She decided, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna just follow Shao Kahn and just do whatever I have to do to survive and not live a comfortable life. And that's basically what she did. She served Shao Kahn. In my opinion, she probably was around probably the rank of Baraka, if I had to guess, seeing as she didn't have her play a really big role in Mortal Kombat until Mortal Kombat 4. But like, it was hinted that she worked for Shao Kahn. Obviously, she lived in Outworld. She was gonna work for Shao Kahn, and it just looked like the reason why like she did it was just to be a survivor. Like, no one really knows the real reason why she did it. It's just kind of like theorizing and stuff. So that could be one of the reasons why she ultimately betrayed her people to just to live and survive her own. Then there's the second reason. Obviously everyone knows Tanya from the original timeline she was power hungry, and she wanted all, like, as much power as she could possibly get. So the power, her knowledge for power grew to the point where she just kept looking at different texts and stuff like that, which ultimately led her to finding out about Quan Chi and Shinnok. And Shinnok being the ultimate being was, when it comes to this magic power, like, she ultimately fell for him because, like, and I don't mean fall for him like in a way that, you know, as a lover or anything like that. Like, I mean in a way like she idolized his power, and like she wanted that. She wanted what he had, so she followed Shinnok. And ultimately, if Shinnok didn't get beat by Liu Kang, I feel like she would ultimately betrayed her, because like everywhere she went, that's who Tanya was. She betrayed, she lied, and that's this kind of person she was. She only cared about herself. Like, this is just the reason why I think that she could possibly, why she's possibly just turn her back on Edenia and her people. And like, this it's just the way she acted is kind of what triggered the rivalry with her and Jade, because of the way she acted and just not caring about Edenia and just betraying her people, probably beating her own people and stuff like that when she worked under Shao Kahn and stuff. And Jade obviously beating Edenia and remembering everything from Edenia. Like, she probably was like, nah bro, like, I don't like that. So that's probably what sparked the whole beef between her and Jade. But ultimately, I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, her wanted to be a survivor, her wanted to be on top of the food chain, and then her ultimately her lust for power and just wanting to protect herself. Like, There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself, but like she kind of sold out her own people, even though like I said, she didn't grow up in Edenia, because we know that she's only a couple thousand years old, and going by the timeline, Kitana was a kid when Shao Kahn conquered Edenia through the Mortal Kombat tournaments. So I just want to share my thoughts real quick on why I think she defected to like more of a villain than being a hero. So that's just my idea on it. I hope you guys enjoyed that theory, and if you have any like other comments to what you may think is the reason, just leave it in the comments below. Alright, so let's talk about who Tanya is as a character, from when we first met her to her reintroduction to the new era in Mortal Kombat 1. So let's start with where we first met her in Mortal Kombat 4. Going by her bio, as the daughter of Edenia's ambassador to the New Realms, Tanya invites a group of refugees fleeing their own world into the safety of Edenia, but soon after Queen Sindel allows them through the portal, she learns that one of the warriors is none other than the banished elder god, Shinnok. The portal leads into the pits of the Nether Realm itself, and once free realm of Edenia is new at the mercy of Shinnok. I said new, so it's now at the mercy of Shinnok. So by this point, Tanya has already turned her back on her people and has already made a connection with Shinnok. This is made even more clear through her ending. She betrays Liu Kang, leading to Shinnok, where he is killed. Of course, this is non-canon.
Follow me, Liu Kang. Raiden has asked that I lead you to him.
What about the others?
He has something special planned for them.
Tanya, what's going on?
I don't know what Kitana saw in you. Can't you see, Liu Kang? This is a trap.
Welcome, Shaolin warrior. Your Thunder God is beaten. Earth's warriors destroyed. You are the last remnants of the forces of light. Do you wish to beg for mercy from your new master, the Lord Shinnok?
Never, sorcerer!
Fool.
This is messed up at first. I thought Tanya was a good guy when I first played Mortal Kombat 4. She seemed like a good guy until you see her ending. I remember thinking, this motherfucker. Tanya is missing from Deadly Alliance as a playable character, but if you go by the bio and Deception, it talks about her serving them in the background. I had been called an enforcer of the Deadly Alliance. I prefer the term ambassador. It was my duty to impose the will of Quan Chi and Shang Tsung upon the denizens of Outworld. But the sorcerer's rule was short-lived, and I found myself leaderless, longing to return to my birthplace of Edenia when Baraka caught up with me. He gave me a choice: serve his new lord of Outworld or die. I have lived for thousands of years because I made the right decisions. I pledged my service to the Dragon King. So Tanya basically was leaderless, and the true definition of the word henchman. She reminds me of like a female version of Reptile during this period. She was quick to swear her loyalty and allegiance to anyone as long as she would survive. Like she put her survival over anything. She did not care. She didn't have any faith in anybody or loyalty in anything. But anyways, going by the alternative bio for Mortal Kombat Deception, Onaga was already aware of Shao Kahn's invasion of Edenia so many years ago. Apparently, the Dragon King had been watching Shao Kahn from beyond death. Whatever the late Emperor had been attempting, Onaga was determined to complete it. He was looking for lost information, ancient spells that would fuse the Elder Gods' 6 Kamidogus together into one, and therefore make it possible for him to wield their combined might. I brought him to Edenia, where I believed the information still existed. I bet seeing Onaga just lit a fire in her, like the potential power that she could obtain if she just helped Onaga fuse the Kamidogus, like especially when you look at her ending, you just kind of see like how far she was willing to go.
In Edenia, Tanya had located the ancient texts that described the process by which to fuse the Kamidogu into one. With this information, Onaga was able to create the one Kamidogu, a tool of unspeakable power. As the Dragon King was distracted, reveling in his victory, Tanya seized the opportunity to snatch the Kamidogu from him, thereby obtaining godlike power. She destroyed the Dragon King and became ultimate overlord of the realms.
Would you look at that? She betrayed Onaga for power and to rule all the realms. Didn't see that coming at all. Anyways, Armageddon, she didn't have a bio, and her ending is basically the same from Deception, so it's not a whole lot to talk about there. She makes a reappearance in Mortal Kombat X, her first appearance in the NRS era of Mortal Kombat games. We get reintroduced to Tanya. Like Kitana and Rain, Tanya is an Edenian, a native of the realm conquered by Shao Kahn, and merged with Outworld millennia ago. The Edenians have been fighting for independence ever since. Though she's a skilled combatant, Tanya prefers a more subtle means of achieving her goals. Most recently, she and Rain have allied with ousting out the former Outworld Empress Melina. Tanya and Rain will help Melina regain her throne in exchange for the creation of a new Edenia. What will become of Tanya's relationship with Melina, therefore, after, none could say. So this bio just kind of makes it seem like she cares about creating a new Edenia, but we know better than that by now. And also, kind of like this is like the first time we're getting hints about Melina and and Melina and Tanya having a connection with each other. But anyways, like Tanya's always out for herself, so like it's kind of hard to assume that just by this bio and then whatever that Melina would have had any place in and for like Tanya would have had any part of her would want to be dealing with Melina. I just doubt there's nothing in that makes sense to me, you know what I mean? But anyways, we do know better that by now that she's only out for herself. Seeing her portray her consort for leniency and becoming a prisoner in order to escape death after Melina's failed rebellion.
With Melina executed, Tanya's dreams of a free Edenia seemed dead as well. She and the other rebels were fugitives from Kotal Khan's justice. Her fellow Edenian, Rain, had proved a powerful ally and a satisfactory consort, but he had become useless to her. In exchange for leniency, Tanya informed the Khan of Rain's whereabouts. Imprisoned, but alive, Tanya's plotting began anew.
Tanya wasn't in Mortal Kombat 11, but was in Melina's ending. Though they didn't mention her relationship with Tanya, the way she had her hand on her shoulder and stood looking at Melina's daughter, that was all you need to imply they meant something to each other. Which was odd. Tanya never valued anything or anyone, but in Melina's ending, we get a glimpse at a possible relationship. Unbeknownst to us, it was foreshadowing something that would come to be in Mortal Kombat 1. Guardians of the Outworld's royal family, chosen as an infant from Outworld. Firstborn daughters, Tanya was raised by the Ungari priestesses. She never known her birth family. As she grew older and saw the other initiates wash out, Tanya feared that that she would share their fate. But the fear spurred success. After many attempts, Tanya passed her trials and became a full-fledged Ungari. Over time, Tanya became one of the Order's most trusted members. She was the obvious choice when it's needed to choose a new leader for the royal family's personal guard. As an Ungari, Tanya sworn to the piety and chastity. This is why her bond with the Princess Melina, were known, would cause a scandal. By following her heart, Tanya risked not only her position but also her life. In the new era, Tanya gets a fresh start. Finally, she's able to break free of betrayal and deceit. With Tanya's Mortal Kombat 1 ending, sets out to undo the corruption of the Ungari. Even though Empress Melina wanted to get rid of the Ungari, Tanya thought that they could be reformed, especially with the chastity rule. That should be the first change she does. That way she and Princess Melina, or Empress Melina now, can be together like without the worry of being killed.
Until recently, I hadn't met Lime, but I had heard the stories. How the Umgadi's matron superior blamed her for not preventing Emperor Jared's murder. How she quit in disgrace rather than accept punishment. But those stories didn't fit the woman I now knew. Li Mei would never have been so negligent. Eventually, I uncovered the truth. The failures and mistakes which led to the Emperor's murder, they resulted from poor decisions made by the Matron Superior themselves. They made Li Mei their scapegoat. When the Empress found out, she wanted the Umgadi disbanded. But I convinced her that it could be reformed. To make sure it did, she put me in charge. I am humbled by this sacred responsibility. The Umgadi, my sisters, they are my life. I will not let them be brought down by the acts of a selfish few.
But anyways, throughout Mortal Kombat, Tanya was just a henchman, but when things started to go off the rail, when she was serving somebody, she would betray them, doesn't matter who they were. Tanya is a survivor and only cared for herself. That is until the new era, where she is a strong leader and doesn't have this overwhelming desire for power. She only cares for Melina and protecting the people of Outworld. Quite the change for a once queen of deceit and betrayal. But what do you guys think of Tanya? Do you guys like the old version of her or the new version? I like the old, but with the new personality. Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.